Hey everybody, welcome to my Eurovision React Review channel. So it's Monday evening here, the start of the week, and I made it my business today to get everything done at work whereby I could come home and catch up with Junior Eurovision. I was doing somewhat of a good job in regards to my channel, keeping up to date with songs being released and listening to them. But I am way behind now. There are so many new releases that I've lost count. I was trying to work out earlier which songs have come out that I still have not engaged with. Germany's full version is out, Italy is out, Portugal are out. So that's the job of the next half an hour. So I'm currently sitting in darkness because my lamp is still not working. When I say my lamp, my 3 light bulbs, which I have not replaced, which isn't ideal, but we're working with it. So I've got my decaf coffee. I'm settling in and I'm looking forward to these songs. So who do we do first? Germany. Let's do Germany first. Okay. Is it Fear? So basically, I based on information that I've seen in and around YouTube, I'm not going to act surprised that there's sign language. I knew that there was sign language. I'm not going to act surprised the fact that her sister features. That is her sister, isn't it? I believe I've read somewhere that's her sister features in the music video. Oh, we're getting German translation. I can change this, surely. Can I change that to English translation? Auto-translate into English. I swear I've read somewhere that this song is dedicated to her sister. Right, let's go back. Let's put these lyrics on because this has potential to be very emotive. Okay, that transition into that chorus I wasn't expecting. As in, I wasn't expecting it to go a bit more upbeat and a bit more positive. With the result of that, I was really honing in on the lyrics in the chorus. And actually, whilst some of this song, the very nature of it, will bring emotions, it is quite a positive song with a positive message. Yeah, the transition to that chorus I was not expecting. I thought it was going to continue being very sad. That's a rubbish describing word, Shane. The verses were extremely emotive, but it seems to go upbeat. We've got a young girl here, a young person staying positive, or being positive. The song is positive. So I stopped it briefly just to double check that this was her sister. And through my research, I believe it is. This is her younger sister because it was the blonde girl in the music video that was throwing me slightly, thinking that I was wrong. And by doing that, I now know the direct translation of Orna Water is without words. So this song is, as I had already known, is about her sister and the fact that they're able to communicate with each other without words. I mean, I've also found out this girl's 11. I mean, heavy, but inspirational for an 11-year-old to be singing a song that's so directly relevant to her life. I didn't check whether she wrote this song. It's not evident from the songwriters that she's part of the songwriting team, but I'd be quite interested to know how this song was given to her based on obviously the very nature of this song being so in line with her life. I have absolute respect for Fia. I'm going to call her Fia, and please do correct me, someone who knows if that is wrong. Because the very nature of this song is her personal life, and as a result of that, she's opening up her personal life to the rest of the world, including the music video. And for a girl of 11 to do that is inspirational. I mean, the lyrics, I was able to keep up with the lyrics to some extent, and lyrically this song is on point, not just because it connects to the reality of this girl's life, but the way that that's translated into lyrics is very, very good. If I'm going to judge the song alone, take away from what I feel was a very cute vocal and actually is a very good message, and the whole package kind of makes sense. But if I kind of separate myself from her and separate myself from her story, and I judge the song and its melody, it plods along. The chorus is somewhat repetitive in its melody, not the lyrics. And as a result of that, I don't necessarily think melodically it stands out based on the songs that I've already heard. But oh my goodness, isn't the message going to come across? And is that going to be enough to see this get a good result? Because Germany's had a year out. The year before that, they underperformed. So as a result, it would be quite nice to see Germany kind of feature and be competitive this year. I think the package can be competitive, but if I'm judging the song and the song alone, does the melody of this song stand out, and could it potentially come top 3? I don't know. I question that. But am I in absolute awe of this 11-year-old who apparently on The Voice, she introduced sign language into her performances on The Voice in Germany. So this kind of story or narrative of this girl being associated with sign language and linking that to her family life and her sister is out there, and she's evidently fully embraced it. Good effort. Like I said, the song alone, the very nature of this song, stand alone on its own without the package, I don't think it's as strong as other songs that I've heard so far this year, but this is a decent bounce back for Germany. Okay, Portugal. I'm not the first to make this observation, and I'm not going to claim that this is my observation. I've seen it from ESC Tom on X, Twitter. There's a lot of female participation this year, thus far. Okay, so on that chorus, the one thing that's elevating this song for me at the moment is that choir or ensemble production in the background, which we know they can't do at Junior Eurovision because pre-recording backing vocals is banned. So without that, I'm a minute and 14 seconds in. There's nothing necessarily in this song yet that jumps out at me. And I was always worried with a slow song coming along what that would mean for Poland. But I've listened to Poland once or twice since my first reaction, and I'm coming around to that song. I liked it anyway, but I'm liking it more and more. I don't know whether this is as good as Poland at this stage. It's the Portuguese language though. It's a very beautiful song. I'm just not massively convinced this sound does well at Junior Eurovision. Those that are familiar with JESC and those that are not, you might need to check this out. If you take Albania last year, and you take the Netherlands the year before, then as my evidence to support what I'm about to say, I'm not massively convinced that this sound does well. Like I said, there's something about Poland's song that there is kind of a melody on that chorus, that ooh, that is an earworm that stays with you. There's nothing so far with this song that's kind of hooked me in. Other than, like I said, the Portuguese language sung is beautiful. And I did like the ensemble choral element in the production in the first chorus, which I said they won't be able to replicate live on stage. It does get better. The high notes that she was hitting, the higher notes that she was hitting in that last chorus, elevated the song somewhat near the end. Do you know what could save that song for me personally? Again, my personal taste. This is just my opinion, right? I'm not a musical expert. If she delivers a performance that matches the emotion of that song, then I could be swayed and I could be convinced. So for me, that song will rely on Julia and her performance. Can she perform this with the same level of emotions, facially, body expressions, as I think the nature of the song deserves, right? But the song alone, again, if I'm judging the song alone and now starting to kind of compare it to the ones that we have, and knowing what I know about past contests at Junior Eurovision, I don't know whether this would be enough to really compete at this stage. But if she can perform it and deliver the emotion in the performance, then I can totally and be prepared to eat my own words. Okay, Italia, what have you got for me? Female duet. What? She's got a lovely tone to her voice. I was not expecting that voice. What a great little vocalist she is. If they can deliver those harmonies live, that's going to be a moment on stage. My Italian is not good enough to translate this song. This is very Italian Sanremo in regards to somewhat of a sophisticated flair in regards to how it sounds. It does sound very sophisticated, musically mature, if that means anything. The tones of their voices, I can see why they've been picked as vocalists. And I really hope they can hit those harmonies live on stage, because this song is going to need that and rely on that. And I'm enjoying the upbeat in this second verse. This is promising. This is promising. A little country guitar in the background. I mean, it's the antithesis of Italy's song last year. Blah, blah. This is very mature. Very mature. Well, let's state the obvious. Fantastic vocalists. From the sound of those vocals, it doesn't sound like that's been massively overproduced in a studio. So they evidently have a good vocal on them. That song is going to rely on those harmonies. That chorus will be carried with those harmonies. I had my reservations about Albania but because you've got two girls singing to each other and smiling at each other, it's going to bring the feel of that song into a more kind of juvenile, child-friendly world, whereby Albania, even the performance at the national final was very insular, and it was very much about her and her connection with that song. But this one can be more juvenile in essence, with them engaging with each other on stage. But if I'm going to make a comparison between Italy and Albania, there's a more evident melody to Albania, because I was able to sing that song after the first listen. I can't sing that one now. The melody of this one isn't as infectious or as much of an earworm, but it's relying on vocal talent. But it's a very mature sounding song, almost jazzy in parts. And I don't want to kind of second think and second guess how young people vote at Junior Eurovision. France won last year, and I did not see that coming. And I didn't think France was going to be a mass appeal for young voters. So as a result, I put my hands up and say, I'm not good at working out what young people are going to go for. I just don't know if they would with this one. But I mean, I hope. It'd be nice. Living in Italy, like I said, part investment, part vested interest. It would be nice to see Italy do well. And evidently their talent deserves it, because they come across as two very talented singers. Was not expecting that. Complete opposite to last year with blah, blah, blah. So they've gone rocky with the Mirror song. They've gone pop, pop, bubblegum last year. And they've almost gone San Remo-esque with this sophisticated, mature sounding song, taking this song very seriously in regards to its sound. Interesting approach. I'm quite intrigued to see how that will do at Junior Eurovision. Okay, so 3 very interesting songs, 3 sounds that are delivering something different. We have no crossovers yet in regards to sounds, in my opinion. So Germany, like I said, in summary, Germany's position certainly does rely on the package of actually connecting the message with the song, with the story of the singer. If that's portrayed and that's brought across, I think you would be hard pressed not to think that that song would do fairly well. Then we move on to Portugal. I mean, like I said, this song, I can totally envisage a universe where this song is saved for me if this song is able to be performed with the high emotion that the very feel of the song does have. So there could be something within this package when it comes to the performance, but the song alone, I can't necessarily sing it now. I can't necessarily remember it now, but I don't know whether that's a good thing. And if I compare it to its nearest, in my opinion, rival, Poland, I had a melody in my head after the first listen. I don't necessarily with Portugal. And Italy, I think Italy is a bit of a wild card. I think this is Italy taking this seriously. I think this song does sound serious. Some thought has gone into this. And they're sending a song which, in my opinion, is quite sophisticated and mature sounding with 2 amazing vocalists. I don't think you would throw away a song that you don't think has the potential to do well on 2 what I perceive fantastic vocalists. So I think it's a bit of a wild card for Italy. And as a result of that, I'm not sure how this is going to go down. But I think if those harmonies hit, then this could be something quite magical on stage, in my opinion. And I guess for me, it's just, will young people go for it? Will young people go for it? So that's the question that's kind of on my lips. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Interesting. So 3 more females to add to the mix in regards to Junior Eurovision. So those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. Please do comment below. I do read your comments. I do respect your comments. And please do engage in the comments, because that's healthy. And I will leave it there. And until next time, stay safe.